So tell us how long you've been in the sneakers.
Man, I was born into it, to be honest, bro. My dad was in the sneaker game in the early 90s. He had a little shop. Growing up around so many sneakers, it was so exciting to see colorful, different Pippins, Jordans. And back in the day, it was a little different than it is today, but it was still as exciting. So I got into it when I was young, very young, born into it pretty much, you know?
Okay. So what was, your first pair that kind of just got you in the game?
Man, it was a pair of Barkleys. Still remember the black and blue, the high tops, CB34s. Wore them for basketball. They were comfortable. And it's just that feeling when you throw in a new pair of sneakers, there's nothing like it. You know how that goes.
Okay. So what makes your sneaker collection stand out from everybody else's?
My sneaker collection has a lot of stuff that I like. So, it varies from, I have KDs to Jordans to collabos with New Balance, Adidas. So pretty much that's what I like, I'm gonna collect. And there's a lot of older stuff that won't be re-retroed ever, a lot of limited stuff, and a lot of basic stuff like every collection should have. You should get what you like, you know?
Speaking of things that you like, a lot of sneakerheads complain about, like the HypeBeast thing, and they kind of they're just buying it because that's the new thing. What's your take on the HypeBeast?
My take, honestly, do what you want to do, but just personally, if you're buying sneakers to just hold on to them and not ever wear them and then eventually sell them down the road, somebody eventually wants that sneaker to wear. So that's my whole issue, is that there's X amount of pairs in the market and people actually want that pair for an outfit or to wear out, be seen in it, and then people are just holding on to them, kind of hoarding them. So the game is, in that sense, is a little messed up, A lot of people with the bots and taking advantage with the managers, they hold their pairs, and the regular man is not getting their pairs, so it's kind of tough, you know what I mean?
About how many pairs of sneakers would you say you have?
At the moment, probably like 480 pairs. And during high school, it was a little higher, but in order that when I had to open the shop, I had to liquidate maybe 200 to 250 pairs. And you gotta do what you gotta do. So I still love the sneaker game, but once once the money is needed, you gotta do, you know what I mean? Let go of some of them. Sentimental value, some of them were gifts, some of them were for sneakers, some of them were, presents, some were, stood online for plenty of them, but then you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta part ways with some sneakers,
Tell us, what does it consist of mostly? Would you say is included in
mostly, man, to be honest, Jordans. You grew up watching the guy play, but Jordans, just retros, olders, the ones that, a lot of 06 releases that are LS's that they used to do a lifestyle account. So I had a little connection in the store. Foot Action used to get them. So I was able to get certain releases that were limited. But the collect honestly varies from SBs to LeBrons to stuff that I like. I have a pair of Big Bangs that I think are fire, but I don't own a pair of South Beaches because I didn't really like them, So, but I have anywhere from Air Maxes, SBs, Air Forces, like I said, LeBrons, KDs. I have a couple Carmelos, some PEs, which are pretty cool that I got off of one of my cousins. So anything that I like, it consists, but mostly Jordans.